Welcome back, Tank Commanders, to another Bad Mother 888 presentation. Today I will be doing a review and discussion about strategy for the new Normandy map in World of Tank Blitz. Part of me feels like this could be a review for the Saving Private Ryan movie. The first scene when they're storming the beach at Normandy. This map reminds me a lot of that scene, which was amazing. For those of you that haven't seen that movie, do check it out. It's a great war movie, especially the first scene when they're storming the beach. Check out this amazing view from the beach itself. Just incredible detail, excellent. And then when you look down across the beach as well, really it's amazing. You've got tracer fire everywhere. There's dogfights happening in the sky. It really is an incredible map. Personally, I think it's the best map in the entire game. There are a couple of issues I have with it, which I'll talk about in a minute or two, but this is excellent work by the Wargaming guys. Well done, congratulations, and keep them coming. Check out this bomber coming in for a crash landing right in the middle of the game. Really awesome. And you can even go check out the wreck after it's crashed. Really cool. Really the highlight of this map are the beach and the cliffs around bases A and B if you're playing Supremacy. That's where all the amazing artwork is. Around bases C and D, at the other end of the map, there's really not much new and exciting there. It's really sort of a flat land, a plain, but depending on the type of tank you're using and the way you like to play, again, I think there's something for everyone in this map. There's a great variety of terrain on this map. You've got some small rolling hills, you've got the cliffs of course, and they've got plenty of buildings, rocks, bunkers that you can use for peekaboo, hiding behind or even camouflaging behind bushes. So that's pretty standard in every map. There's not an amazing sniper spot on this map that I have found. Most of the gameplay that I've seen in the 10 or so games that I've played has been sort of around bases B, C, and D, which is unfortunate. It would be great to have more of the gameplay near the cliffs and the beach. One suggestion for the Wargaming folks is to perhaps move base A down to the beach and move base B over to where base A was, and that way you might be able to draw more battles into the most interesting part of the map. On the cliff edge, close to bases A and B, there are a couple of nice bunkers to hide behind for sniping. You will find that actually across the entire map, the key positions are relatively symmetrical. I haven't found any unbalanced areas where one side would have an advantage versus the other in terms of spawning. So it's pretty balanced. And again, you will find that if you've got a great sniper spot on your side, on the opposite side of the map, your competitors probably have the same sort of spot and lookout view from their side as well. If you can make your way to this rock without getting spotted. It's not a bad place to do some peekaboo, perhaps sniping. You can see about half the map, maybe about 2/3 potentially from that particular spot, but you're relatively isolated. There's only room for one tank, and if you get caught alone by a couple of the enemy, you're in deep trouble. You gotta appreciate, you gotta love the dogfight happening above. There's flak being fired. Really is great detail, excellent design. And here we go again. One of my favorite things about the map is this bomber crashing right in the middle of the game. I wonder what would happen if that actually landed on one of the tanks. There is a little bit of elevation in the middle of the map that gives you, again, a decent viewpoint, but not a lot of cover from there, so a bit dangerous as a sniper if you're going to take that vantage point. Now it's time for the mandatory cliff diving exercise. The Russian judge gave that a 10 out of 10, but the American judge only gave it a 5.
One of our trucks is gone. We can't move.
Well, I'd say that deserves a 10 out of 10 by the American judge as well.
The driver is hit. We can't go very fast.
Now, in terms of strategy and tactics, well, when it comes to a supremacy game in particular, the bases C and D are relatively close together, and perhaps they're a little bit easier to attack and hold while moving forward to base B. So from a purely strategic perspective, if you're playing supremacy, that is probably the most winning strategy to take. However, if you're like me and you just love playing near the cliffs of the Normandy beach, then you can't resist trying to capture A and B. So it really depends on your style of play, how much fun you want to have, but I do like to capture A and B just because I like to look out at those cliffs, at the ocean, and all the goodies that Wargaming have put into this map. If you're not playing a supremacy game, then the normal rules apply. You really want to work together with your team, move together to try to find lone wolves, small groups of competitor teams, and overtake them with brute force. That is always going to help you win more games. So stick with your team, communicate with them in the chat function before the game starts. Try to agree on a direction to go during the game. Try to get the strays to group up again, and I think you'll find that you do have more success in numbers. If you are skewed towards light tanks or medium tanks on your team, you might want to sort of focus on the plains, the area on the opposite side of the map from where the cliffs are. It's a little bit more wide open, easier to maneuver and take advantage of your speed. If you're heavier tanks, TDs, perhaps focusing on near to the cliff area would be more to your advantage. So the bottom line is, it's a great map, beautiful map, my new favorite map. I hope you enjoy it as well. I hope we get to play it more often. Unfortunately, so far, it's been very rare to actually get the map in the rotation, but hopefully that's going to change. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope you've got a couple of ideas in terms of strategy, tactics. Have yourself a great day, and good luck gaming.